Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Rob. I wanted to make a video here about free speech and what the right are really doing when they're making this big, stink about their free speech being violated. So we know that fascists don't really give a shit about rights. They only give a shit about their own power. They don't care about the universal application of whatever principle they're utilizing in their arguments. They just want to use that to increase their own power. So, two things are really going on with this whole right-wing free speech bullshit. The first thing is just a natural inclination on the part of right-wingers to kind of resist the fact that a lot of the speech that they once were allowed a free pass on, such as casual racism, there's more cultural pushback now for these types of things. People are getting in a little bit of cultural trouble with society because of things that 20, 30 years ago would have just kind of been brushed aside at worst. But the more insidious part of this is that what the conservatives are trying to do is they know that their cultural and political power is waning because of demographic changes in the United States. And so they're trying to weasel forced association rules so that their speech is protected from any of the pushback that they may feel about it. So, in other words, they claim that, it's unfair when, they're policed on social media and their comments are deleted or their accounts are suspended. Now, let's not forget that leftists have this happen too. I basically can't get on Facebook for more than a week without my account being suspended again for 30 days. So, I digress. But they obviously don't really care about people being culturally punished for their speech, or Colin Kaepernick would have still been in the NFL in some capacity. At the very least, he would have been given a job as a backup quarterback for somebody along the lines in those few years, but he wasn't because of the right wing punishing him for his speech culturally. The exact same thing that they're now acting like as if they're huge victims for. Kathy Griffin is another example. Wasn't her comedy career essentially just totally, destroyed because she made, she showed up with a fake Trump head? So obviously their bullshit is just hypocritical to begin with. But that's what's going on. Is they're arguing from the perspective of their rights being violated, and they're using that as the wedge to get forced association in their favor, because they know that they're going to be pushed out. Like, some of these conservative ideas are going to be pushed out of favor with the culture, because the cultures change. And they can't handle this change. They can't handle that their views are being marginalized simply by the fact that demographics are shifting and that a lot of people are leaving behind the old bullshit ways and realizing that the United States, it's not about making it great again, because it wasn't really great to begin with. It was great for a very privileged few. So anyway, that's the thing. When they talk about free speech, they're essentially really talking about their own power diminishing, and they want to increase their power. It's not about rights with them. It's not about principles. It's about power. That is how the right operates. So, they're going to continue to do this and use that as a tool to increase their power, and it's important to be aware of exactly what the fascists are doing.